Hi and welcome to Next Trains. This is an unboxing video. I am quite excited to take this model out of the box because it's first of a kind. It is Indian Railways rolling stock. Let's see what's in the box actually. So this is a handmade box and the model itself is handmade. We don't have any commercial manufacturers as such for Indian trains. So this was built by an individual, and it's very nicely packed, I must say, for being homemade. Let me take out the model itself and reveal what it is, if I can. Right. So it's a BVZI Brakevan. I'll just take it out of the packing. Very nicely packed. Sponges and various material used for packing. There, if you can see the model itself. So this is the model out of its packing. The veranda area is well protected by the packing material so that it doesn't collapse or get damaged while packing, while postage. Again, I'll just take those off the screen. It's really nice detailed. So this one is the WCR, that is West Central Railway, the BVZI logo. The netting here in the veranda area, the lower end of it, where the guard typically stands. The tiny grab handles, all nice. The footsteps and the bogie detail is really nice. So this is the side where there is toilet for the guard, and the two windows were the side without it. Roof detailings and ridges are quite nicely picked up. The X mark it does have brake pipes. So these are the brake pipes, twin brake pipes. So just off the track you can see the brake pipe detailings, two of them. There, now it's clear. And same on the other side, two of the brake pipes. Now just compare with the model that I made, quite a rough one, but it's nice to just have them side by side. So I chose the ones with the all red grills and different zone. I do have a guard here. I just did something with the bogie, so I don't have it at the moment. I'll just shift this guard here at some point. I have fitted a guard to one of the ends with his blazer on, and so cosmetically this is a well built and highly detailed Brakevan. It does roll just fine, but when I put it on the layout, it was quite a nightmare. So since the model maker is quite inexperienced and it's a new niche market here in India, and he doesn't happen to have the model track as such, so he had some kind of a plastic track in which he tested just so, and this was quite expected. I knew it beforehand, but what a tragedy was there when I put it on my layout. So as I popped it on track on a straight section, when I tested it with the locomotive, it just veered right off the track, and that was really quite a disaster. And this had to be corrected, so I loosened the bogie screws down here, and the weights had come off. The weights were in form of this type of bolts inside the cabin area, and those weights were not sufficient, so I had to add some more weight in the cabin area. And after that, a bit of a relief, but again it derailed on the second radius Pecco horn bay curves on my layout. So again I had to take up it was back on the drawing on the workbench, and a lot of testing. So I weighed down the cabin area a bit more, and finally it was somewhat okay on the third radius curve, but not on the second radius curve. Then really it was quite irritating and intimidating to get it fixed. Now what he had done is the bogies were actually mounted on this end off center position, and this allowed very less movement of the bogies, and this was done initially by him. The reason being so as to avoid touching of the steps and avoid damaging the steps when the train is running. That's okay for if you have large radius curves, but if you have a layout like mine which is having second radius and third radius curves, then you have to do the center mounting of the bogies. Now the trouble with that was the holes in the bogies were present for the screws, but the mounting on the brake van itself was not there in the center position. So again I had to rebuild this entire underside structure, add some more weights to the underside. As you can see, for now it's still in I'm testing the functioning of this vehicle. So I've strapped down some coins, just one coin at the two ends. You can see the brass coins there, to add weight to it as for now. Later I may have to glue them down permanently. So I'm still testing this on my curves and points. It has managed to navigate after locating the bogies in the center position instead of the longer side positions. The center positions are better, and now it's able to navigate the standard horn bay Pecco second radius curves. It was a bit of a faff still on the S points. It gets stiff over the S points, set track S points, and I further loosened the screws so it moves around more, and still it finally is able to get across the S points now, set track S points somehow. And another issue being that this back-to-back wheel diameter is more than the usual standards of the HO and the O standards. It is not 14.4 millimeter, it's wider than that. So that's another issue there with this. I'm sure I have spoken this with my friend there who made this model, and he has taken a note on that, and the future models will not be having this defect anymore. So we have learnt it together about these defects, and it's still nice modeling, and I hope it doesn't have issue over the S set track points anymore. I have fixed my standard UK type coupling that I like to use as of now. I like the D type coupling, though it's a bit bulky and fiddly, but it does nice through the type of the curves and reverse action that I wish to do on my layout. So that's it for this this workbench video. Let's see some of the running videos of this model. So yeah, it doesn't like going over the S points. Thank you for watching Next Trains. Like, share and subscribe.